Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Let me introduce myself. My name is Nasla. I come from Class A English Education Department. So in this video, I will discuss material about The Dark Knight Rises by Christopher Nolan. Writer biography. Born Christopher Edward Nolan, 30 July 1970. Westminster, London, Britannia Raya. University College London, 1993. Occupation, director, film producer, and screenwriter. Christopher Edward Nolan is a British director, writer, and producer. His father is from England, while his mother is from America. He was born in London. He has made a career in the world of film since 1989. Notable works following 1998. Memento 2000, Batman Paints 2005, The Dark Knight 2008, The Dark Knight Rises 2012. Spouse Emma Thomas, children Flora Nolan, Magnus Nolan, Oliver Nolan, and Rory Nolan. Parents Brenda Nolan and Christina Nolan. Biography of the author. The name Christopher Nolan cannot be ignored by the international public as a British-American film director, writer, and producer. Nolan was born in London on July 30, 1970, to an English father who worked as an advertising clerk and an American mother who was also a flight attendant. Nolan's childhood was spent in London and Chicago. In Italy, Nolan was more interested in botany, but after he found his father's camera, he started playing and making movies with his toys at the age of 7 years. Nolan attended Haileybury College, an independent school on Hereford Heath in Hertfordshire, England. He also briefly studied English literature at University College London, which was also accompanied by several film makings on campus. Nolan also has dual citizenship, namely American and British. The name Christopher Nolan is famous for several films he directed, such as the psychological thriller Memento, the scientific action thriller Inception, as well as for bringing Batman back to life. Some of the actors he often works with are Christian Bale, Michael Caine, Cillian Murphy, and Ken Watanabe. However, all these successes cannot be separated from Nolan's career, such as the first film he directed, following in 1998. The film Cons, which he made in about a year with friends he met at the University of College London Film Society. This film only received attention after its premiere at the San Francisco Film Festival. History of personal life of author Christopher Nolan is a famous director, screenwriter, and producer who was born on July 30, 1970 in London, England. Although little is known about the history of his personal life in detail because Nolan tends to maintain his privacy. There is some information that can be known about his life journey. Nolan was raised in London by his parents, Brendan James Nolan and Christina Jensen. His father is an advertising executive and his mother is an English teacher. He has an older sister named Miranda Nolan and a younger brother named Jonathan Nolan, who is also a successful writer and producer. At a young age, Nolan already showed an interest in cinema. Together with his brother Jonathan, he often makes short films using their father's Super 8 camera. Nolan's interest in cinema continued to develop while he attended University College London, where he studied English literature in 1998. Nolan released his first feature film entitled Following. The film was produced on a very limited budget, but managed to receive widespread critical acclaim and showcased the young director's talent. This success paved the way for Nolan to acquire bigger projects. In 2000, Nolan directed the wildly successful mystery thriller Memento. The film was critically acclaimed and helped build Nolan's reputation as an innovative and talented director. After that, he continued to direct popular films such as Insomnia 2002 and Batman Begins 2005. The pinnacle of Nolan's career came with the hugely successful Batman trilogy, consisting of Batman Begins 2005, The Dark Knight 2008, and The Dark Knight Rises 2012. These films were met with great commercial success and won many awards. Although Nolan is known as a successful and influential director, he maintains a good privacy. He rarely gives his personal interviews and prefers to focus on his work. Nolan is married to Emma Thomas, a film producer, and they have four children together. Analysis character Christian Bale as Bruce Wayne aka Batman. Famous billionaire who dedicated his life to protecting the city of Gotham from criminal attackers. Nolan said the span of 8 years from the background story of The Dark Knight and The Dark Knight Rises make Bruce Wayne not in this best condition. Bale implemented a self-defense discipline called the Casey-15 method, but due to Bruce Wayne's older condition and Barnes style. The method had to be modified. Bale has started that the Dark Knight Rises will be the last film he plays Batman. Bale described Batman's character in The Dark Knight Rises as finally facing the pain of loss, loneliness, and near despair. Michelle Chain saying as Alfred Pennyworth, Alfred is a father figure to Bruce Wayne. He is the Wayne family's most loyal servant for decades. Alfred also often gives us full advice to Bryce and Batman. 78 Life in The Dark Knight Rises, Nolan emphasizes the emotional closeness between Bryce and Alfred that has never been so before. Analysis story of The Dark Knight Rises. The Dark Knight is a battle between good and evil, but the good guys are fighting for more than just the lives of innocent bystanders. They are fighting for their very souls. This movie doesn't just show a battle between good and evil, but explores the root of morality as well as why the heroes fight for what's right. Synopsis of the story 8 years after the events of The Dark Knight. The city of Gotham appears peaceful, even though Bruce Wayne is still in hiding after his grueling battle with the Joker and Harvey Dent. Batman, who claims responsibility for the crimes committed by Harvey Dent, is still listed as missing when the story begins. Even though the support from Alfred Lucius Fass and his new girlfriend Miranda Tate kept coming to new Trust Bane and Catwoman forced Batman to come out of hiding. One day, Bane attacked the Gotham Stock Exchange and used Bruce's fingerprints stolen by Selina Kyle, and he had a way to bankrupt Wayne Enterprises. That's what finally pushed Batman to repair after 8 years of being missing. Message of story The Dark Knight Rises in a moral message. The film The Dark Knight Rises confirms that a hero must be willing to service, be loyal, and care for others, and evil will never win. How fear is the most powerful driver of success, and that without fear one cannot but three maximally. The key is how to turn fear into a driving force and not drawing it. The power of hope and inspiration. This film emphasizes the power of hope and how a hero can be a source and inspiration to others. Batman became a symbol of hope for the citizens of Gotham City, and it crowded them to fight against injustice and evil. This message teaches that hope and inspiration can change their stance and drive positive change. Courage and respect for truth, this film highlights the importance of truth in facing injustice and truth as a moral compass that must be upheld. Batman and other characters saw truth to fight evil and uncover the truth, even in the face of great danger and sacrifice. This message teaches that truth and respect for the truth are important values that must be upheld. Such rift and hope. Such rift is a theme that is interpreted in this film. Both Batman and several other characters sacrifice themselves to save others or to save Gotham City. This message illustrates the importance of prioritizing common interests and hopes in facing difficult situations. Christopher Nolan's personal life similarities to his literary works and their difference. His work explored existential and epistemological themes such as subjective experience, materialism, distortion of memory, human morality, the nature of time, causality, and the constraint of personal identity. His characters are often emotionally disturbed, obsessed, and morally ambitious, facing the fears and sisters of loneliness, guilt, choice, and greed. Nolan also uses his real life experience as inspiration in his work. His most prominent reference them is the content of the time question concerning the nature of existence and reality also play a major role in his body of work. In conclusion, there are several similarities between Christopher Nolan's personal life and his literary works, such as complicity, psychological themes, and analytical approach. However, the main difference is the context, where Nolan's works are set in the fictional world of film while his personal life is that of an individual in the real world. I think that's all for me. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.